Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Ice Age. My name is Iceman, and I've got some more Ghost Recon Future Soldier multiplayer gameplay for you today. So this is Team Conflict on the map Sandstorm. I have a really awesome game. I go 26-9, which is oddly the same score that I had in the last video I put up for you guys. And I get first place in the game by quite a bit. We win. It's just a great game all around. I know it's kind of long, so please stick with me through the entire video. Really great stuff happens at the end as well, and I do have a lot of good tips for you guys today, and those will be sprinkled pretty much throughout the entire video, so make sure you stay with it, and I would definitely appreciate it. So, first things first, I'm playing as the Loadout team, the Russians. I'm using the AK-200 MP412 backup, the med kit, and the frag grenades, kind of like the Ghost setup I have. On my AK-200 I have pretty much the same setup as the Mark 14, the magnified hollow scope, the angled foregrip, dual magazines, muzzle compensator, the fixed stock, the laser pointer, and a long barrel for better range. This map is a little bit bigger, it's a little bit more open, so the longer range barrel is a good addition for this, because it lets me shoot people at quite a variety of distances and actually kill them. As you'll see throughout this video, really some long-range kills, really nice headshots, so pretty proud of those. So that's generally my setup for this map, for this game. So what I'm going to be doing this video is kind of different than what happened last video. Last time I was talking kind of about my impressions of the game in general, you know, why I hadn't really played it too much, why I play mostly FPS games, whatever. This time I want to talk a little bit more about tips and tricks that you can do to be good at this game, and this is, I guess, kind of catered more towards people who are trying to get into this game from FPS genre like me, or just people who are having a hard time getting used to how to play this game, whatever. Or maybe if you're already really good at it, I might bring up something that you don't know, but in that case this is probably not the video for you. But yeah, so anyway, if you guys want to know more about how I play and how to be good at this game, definitely stick around and listen to what I have to say. So, first things first, as you can tell, Future Soldier is a cover-based game. You've seen me the entire beginning of the video so far. I've just been bumping around, running between covers, using the fancy little cover switcher mechanic where you can look at a piece of cover in front of you and automatically run to it. And cover is essential to being good at this game. Now, there are two ways of using cover. Obviously there's one to actually use the button they provide you on the controller to attach to the cover and do it that way, and the other method is to, you know, just crouch or stand behind something so that people can't see you without actually sticking to it. And I would highly recommend that you use the button and actually stick to cover for a variety of reasons. One is that when you are getting kills from cover, you actually get bonus points. You see me here actually kind of popping out from behind cover to take that guy out because he was using an LMG to suppress me. And I'll get around to that more later when I talk about general rifleman tips versus the assault rifles and LMGs and stuff. But anyways, I had to come out of cover right there to take that guy out because I couldn't aim while he was suppressing me. But like I was saying, you get bonus points for kills and assists and things from doing it from cover. So that's a huge incentive for you to actually use the cover mechanic in the game. And additionally, you can't really be seen if you're attached. If you're just standing or crouching behind cover without attaching to it, your head or your gun can actually kind of pop out and people will be able to tell you're there. And if you are actually stuck to cover, like I do most of this video, like right here you see me just kind of hiding and then sticking to it. I stuck to it because you actually kind of flatten up against the cover you're on and you can't be seen, which is a really, really awesome characteristic. Instead of them being able to kind of see you, like the tip of your head or your gun or something, they won't really know that you're there. So that's a really awesome way to go about doing that. And obviously, as everybody knows from other shooter games, whatever, it's obviously harder to hit you when you're in cover, so there's that added bonus. If you do decide to pop out and aim or something like that, it's much harder to actually kill you or hit you or whatever, so it gives you the advantage in that way as well. One thing you'll notice me doing with running around between cover and stuff is I don't generally do a whole lot of just free running around. There are some occasions in this video where I do that, and it is necessary for some of the game, but generally staying in cover is a better idea because when you are free running, you're actually slower than if you are changing cover running, and it leads to many more deaths, and that was the reason that I kind of sucked at this game when I first started playing it. I was used to FPS where there isn't really, the cover mechanic, and you just run everywhere and you hide behind stuff just by standing behind it and stuff like that. And in this game, if you do that, you will die a lot because people will be hiding where you can't see them around cover, and they can just pop out just their head and their gun and take you out. And it was really, really frustrating, which is why I didn't play this game for a while. And once I kind of got that through my head, it really, as you can tell by these games I've been putting up, has really, really improved my gameplay. I've definitely gotten a lot better at it just because I learned how to use the cover mechanic in the game. It's a really great way to reduce your deaths and also to kind of increase your kills. Using the cover is obviously a defensive thing, not really an offensive thing, so it's more to protect you from dying, and it's also to a little bit help you get those kills in that you need to help win the game. So that being said, the last tip I have for cover is to continuously look around like I'm doing here. You see, I'm in cover looking towards the enemy in front of me, but because the camera doesn't show behind you as well, I always like to keep my head on a swivel, kind of like you would do in any sports game you've ever played, like in real life, something like that, where you keep your head looking around, make sure you have situational awareness. There have been a lot of times when I used to play this game where I'd get snuck up on by a guy just basically walking right up to me and meleeing me because I wasn't looking around. I was basically just looking in the direction that I was taking cover from, and I wasn't looking behind me. So make sure you keep your head on a swivel. I do that a ton in this game. A really great way to make sure you don't die as often. You can kind of catch people trying to sneak up on you and actually kind of reverse take them out, and it really sucks for them, so that's something to keep in mind. So I want to take time here, as you can see, to talk about objectives, especially in Team Conflict, which is the game that I always play when I'm playing Future Soldier. You see me there by myself taking that objective and securing it for our team. That's the really, really slow way to do it because it was just me there. There was no other teammates around me to help me out. And objectives in Ghost Recon Future Soldier are really awesome because if you have teammates within a certain area of the objective, they actually provide a confidence booster bonus to the guy who's supporting you, and it also makes you take the objective much faster than you would if you were just taking it by yourself. There's a really great example of this later in the video, and I'll be sure to point it out to you guys again. So that was not really a good example because there was nobody else around me, but I wanted to bring it up so that you guys can be aware of it. Towards the last 2 minutes, I think, of the gameplay, there's a really good example of it, and I'll point it out to you guys again later. So like I was saying, just make sure you tackle objectives as a team, as a general rule. Unless you are absolutely sure that there's no enemies around, you can do it yourself. But generally, having other people there is great just for the speed bonus that you get, as well as just the backup that you can have, because you have somebody there to support you and to help you kind of get rid of any enemies that would be there to kill you while you were taking the objective. So that was just something to think about when you're playing Conflict and Ghost Recon. It's just a good way to have somebody with you because you can't move while you're taking the objective like you can in some other games. You can't shoot or anything. You have to actually let go of the objective to do all that. So keep that in mind while you're trying to take points like I was doing there. So here I wanted to talk about good buddy spawning, because there's a really great example of that coming up here, specifically with regarding to buddy spawning near objectives. So you'll see here in a little bit, I get a notice on my screen while I'm fighting that one of my buddies is trying to spawn on me. Right there, you see it to the right of the screen, and it says I'm too close to the objective. So I just back out, I run away from the objective zone, and I run right back. That's a really, really great tactic, and I actually don't see too many people using that. So instead of making my buddy, which is actually Rage in this game, spawn all the way back at our initial spawn deployment, I just move out of the zone that says I'm too close to the objective, and I let him spawn on me, and then I run right back to where I was. It's a really, really great way to bring extra teammates in close to the objective, so make sure you pay attention to those little notifications that pop up on your screen. In addition to buddy spawning, on that topic, you'll see me a lot. Here I didn't do it, all my teammates were dead. I think. But for the vast majority of the game, I like to buddy spawn, and it gets you much closer to the action. You don't have to run all the way from the back of the map. You can be with somebody, provide support to them, great stuff like that. Really good way to help out your team, because this game does reward you with experience and stuff for assists and buddy spawning. You see me there healing somebody, and I just got a ton of experience for that. It was worth like a bunch of kills just for healing that guy and bringing him back up. So it's just a great way to buddy spawn in with somebody and be there for them in case they get knocked down, or in case they need help taking an objective, something like that. But when I say that you should always buddy spawn, I say that kind of taking that with a grain of salt, because you need to really be intelligent about your buddy spawning, because there are definitely some sticky situations you can get into if you do that kind of willy-nilly. I just really like this clip here. I take out all these guys with some grenades, some aimed shots. Really great way to take those guys out. Again, using the cover, getting the bonuses for using the cover, and take them all out. Really awesome. I was just really happy about that. So anyway, back to buddy spawning. You need to use the minimap that is shown when you're dead. When you're trying to pick a place to spawn, use the minimap to see if there are enemies around the guy you're trying to spawn with. If they're shooting or moving or whatever, they'll show up as little red dots. You can actually tell that they're there. And you need to make sure that your buddy is not like in battle or something when you're trying to spawn on him, because if you spawn on somebody in cover, it does not put you in cover. So if you spawn in while he's in the middle of a firefight, you're probably just gonna get, killed right there, right as you spawn in. You don't really get any spawn protection. So here's another good example of buddy work. My rage was actually getting hacked right there. I'll talk a little bit about that in a second, but I prevented the guy from hacking his data feed. Really good way, I think, to help you support your buddy there. But anyway, with the buddy spawning, you want to make sure that they're not in battle, like I was saying, and the best way to do that is to be able to talk with them using a mic or something like that. So I was talking with Rage this whole game, making sure we were both on the same page, doing the same stuff, kind of generally around each other, so we could provide supports, provide backup, things like that, really kind of help each other out. And that's the best way to play this game. This is definitely a cooperative multiplayer experience. If you can play it, by yourself, and maybe you can do well with it, but as a rifleman, generally it's going to be nice to have another buddy with you. So I just wanted to say, make sure to check the map, talk to the people if you're about to spawn on them, so that they know that you're going to spawn with them, and they can tell you if there's somebody near you that might kill you when you show up, something like that. So I wanted to talk a little bit about detection in this game, and how to use it, and how to kind of lessen the negative impact if you get detected. So there's a couple ways you can get detected. You've seen already a couple of them. There's been data hacking, and it'll tell you over on the right side of your screen how you've been detected. There's UAVs, OTR scanners, and sensors. I think there might be a couple more that I can't remember off the top of my head, but those are the main ones that'll show up. And they all kind of differ depending on the length of detection that you have. So data hacking is kind of the worst, in my opinion, because if somebody data hacks one of your teammates, everybody on the other team can see every single one of your teammates, including you, even if you weren't data hacked. And it happens for probably 30 to 45 seconds of them just knowing exactly where you are, where you're looking, how you're moving. We do that at least once in this game. I think it might have already happened. You get to see that. It basically just shows up everybody red, and you can see where they all are. And it really sucks when that happens to you, because you can't buddy spawn when you're detected in any manner, data hacking or UAV or whatever. So a lot of the other methods of detection last not very long, depending on like where you are on the map. So if you're near a sensor, you'll show up, but if you run out of the sensor range, you won't be detected anymore. So that's just something to keep in mind. If you get detected by something that's not a data hack, generally kind of think about where you are on the map, maybe where the detection would be coming from, and try to kind of move away from it if you want a buddy to spawn, or if you kind of want to make sure people don't know where you are, or something like that. So just keep that in mind. Detection really sucks because you just can't spawn on people, they can't spawn on you. Really kind of limits the ability of your buddies to help you out, and just making sure you're out of those areas when that happens is just a good way to go about that. So I wanted to point out, like I said, the confidence booster thing with the objectives. You just saw it there when I came into this building. One of the guys was taking the objective. You see me there kind of stupidly shooting my teammate because I couldn't tell if he was a friend or an enemy, but you saw me kind of run in towards where they were taking the objective, and a little extra green bar showed up down near where they were, where the progress bar was for them taking the objective, and that was me adding like a confidence booster bonus to them, and they got to take it a lot faster than they would have normally. So that was a really great way. I was trying to support my buddies, get the objective taken faster, you know, win the game, just being a good team player there. And that was really kind of key for us winning, because you saw there the enemies just kind of came in a last big wave to kind of try to take over the room and take the objective. So I was really happy with this gameplay. I hope you guys really kind of thought my tips were useful. These are really all the things that I think about during a game to make sure that I do well. See me here again using the cover just to check the area. These things I keep in mind the entire game. They're not really just situationally useful tips. They're things to keep in mind generally throughout the entire game. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Really great gameplay I had here. I hope you guys like the tips. You know, leave a comment, like, subscribe. Tell me if you guys want to see more of this game or more of other games or whatever you guys want to see. Until next time, peace, love, and ice.
Our forces were victorious. Well done.